Hello, volunteers. If you haven't noticed, My Activities increases the control over your volunteer account. It allows you to check individual activity status, add a new school, add a new activity, restart an activity, close an activity, add or update a student to an existing school, add a student, update a student's information, change student schools, and deactivate all school activities. Each feature will be explained further in just a moment. In order to get to My Activities, locate the User Control Panel column on the left-hand side of the screen. Underneath the dashboard, click on My Activities. After reading My Activities overview, you can click on the Dismiss button to temporarily clear this notification. Individual activity status. Right now you could view some of your activity statuses. The status for the activity will be displayed in the lower right-hand corner of that activities box. There are 4 types of statuses: active, incomplete, inactive, and not available. Inactive status means that you are cleared for this activity. This means you met all the requirements and you are now ready to volunteer. An incomplete status is when one or more requirements are still needed for this activity. By clicking on the Activities box and then selecting the Requirements Qualifications tab, you can view your missing requirements for this activity. You can view your activities that have the statuses not available and inactive by clicking on the box next to Show Inactive Projects/Activities. An inactive status means you either no longer want to volunteer for this activity or you were an applicant that did not complete the clearance process within 50 days. A not available status is when you do not meet the conditions required in order to volunteer for this activity. For further information, you can contact the administrator. The Add button is for parents or volunteers who either have a new student attending school, a student moving to a different school, or a parent that needs to add a new volunteer activity for an upcoming school event. Located on the top right-hand corner of the My Activities page, click on the red Add button to start adding new activities. Add new school or site. Now we will add a new school or site to your volunteer account. Make sure to select an existing school if you would like to add on additional activities for that site. Now scroll down to select school site or sites you will be volunteering at. Once finished, click on the Next button. Add new activity. Here we will add the activities for each new or existing school site. Only the activities you are not currently signed up for will be displayed here. For additional activity information, you can click on Details, which is located on the right of the activity box. A pop-up box will appear, which will show you additional information on the activity, youth participants, and site coordinator contact information. Select activities under the volunteer site or sites that you want to add on. Once finished, click on the Next button. Update or add student. This is where you could add or assign a student to their school. To assign a student that you've already entered in your volunteer profile, scroll down to the school that you want to move your student to. Click the box next to your student's name and add them to that school. For adding a new student to your volunteer profile, start by clicking the red Add Child button next to the school you want to move them to. Scroll down to the new empty field. This is where you can enter in your student's name and grade level. Please check if your student's grade and school year match. If not, click on the school year and from the drop-down menu, select the correct school year. Click on the Next button when finished. Activity confirmation lets you double-check the activity or activities you have just added. You could click on the checked box to deselect any activities you did not intend to sign up for. Once done, click on the Next button. The submission result will show you what activities have been successfully added to your profile. Click on the Finish button. You are now returned to the My Activities screen. Here you could see that your activity or activities are now visible. Adding or updating a student to an existing school. This is where you could update a student's information. Click on one of the existing school activities. Select the Student Records tab. Click on the red circle with the plus sign. This will add a new student record to the site. Fill in the student's name, grade level, and school year. Click on the Save button. A confirmation pop-up box will appear. Click on OK to confirm adding the student to the school. If incorrect, click on the Cancel button. Click the Close button when finished. Updating the student's information. Select an activity from the school your student is attending. Click on the Students Records tab. This is where you could view your student or students assigned to the school. To edit a student's information, click on the light blue Edit button located on the right of the school year. Now you could edit your student's name and grade level. Also, make sure that the school year is correct for the student. If not, click on the school year and from the drop-down menu, select the correct year. Once done, scroll down and click on the Save button. Then click the Close button. Close activity. When you aren't interested in volunteering for a particular activity, or if you no longer have a student attending that school, you can close those activities from your volunteer profile. Click on the activity that you want to close. Now click on the Status button in the upper right-hand corner of the pop-up window, and from the drop-down menu select Make Inactive. A confirmation message will appear confirming that the activity is now closed. Click on the Close button. Note: you could always restart a closed activity at any time that you wish. This will be explained further in the next section. Restart activity. This is where you could reactivate your inactive activity in order for you to continue the clearance process. Note: you will not be allowed to upload any documents to your closed activities until you have restarted it. To view your inactive activities, click on the Show Inactive Projects Activities. Click on the inactive activity. Now click on the red Status button for the activity. From the drop-down menu, select Restart Project Activity. Now you will see a confirmation message that the activity is now reactivated. Click the Close button. Your reactivated activity will show up with an active or incomplete status. By unchecking Show Inactive Projects Activities, your inactive activities will hide and only your active activities will remain. Now that you reactivated your activity, you are immediately allowed to submit clearance information or documents. If you have previously updated your information, you will have to wait till your documents have been reviewed by Be a Mentor. Once your documents have been reviewed and accepted, Be a Mentor will update your information according to the document. Student changing schools. This is for parents who have already added a new school but have not moved their student yet. Click on the activity for the school that your student is assigned to as of this past school year. Now click on Student Records tab. To edit the student's site or school location, once again, click on the light blue Edit button located on the right-hand side of the school year. Scroll to the bottom of the pop-up window. Click on the Change Student Site button. A drop-down menu will appear. Scroll down and select the school that your student will be transferring to. A confirmation pop-up window will appear. Review your selection and then click OK to confirm the transferring of schools for your student. Now your student will no longer appear on that school's list. Click the Close button. You could double check on the success of your student's transfer by clicking on any of the new school's activities. Now click on the Students Records tab to confirm if the transfer was completed. Deactivate all school activities. This button is for when you no longer wish to volunteer at a school for some or all activities. Using this button will deactivate all activities at this school or site. To the right of that school you no longer want to volunteer at, click on Deactivate All button. Now you will see all the activities at the school selected for deactivation. If you did not wish for one of these activities to be deactivated, then deselect that activity by unchecking the box next to that activity. Review the selections and click on Deactivate Selected. You should now see the confirmation message that your activities have been deactivated successfully. Click on the Close button. You could always view your deactivated projects by clicking on Show Inactive Projects/Activities. Remember, if you are having any difficulties uploading a document to your volunteer account, then you could always email, fax, or mail a copy of your document to Be a Mentor. Be a Mentor's email address is help@beamentor.org. Our electronic fax number is 866-498-3620. And our mailing address is Be a Mentor Inc., 24301 Southland Drive, Suite 504, Hayward, California 94545. Thank you for watching, and please check out our other tutorial videos.